everyone! I'm here to do my October wrap-up and my November to be read. I read 11 books in the month of October, and I know it sounds like a lot, but some of them were mangas, so it only takes me like a day to read one, so it's not as much as it seems. The first book I read was marked by Kim Richardson. It's in the Soul Guardians trilogy, and it's book number 1. I gave this 3 stars. I liked the premise of the story, but I really did not like the writing at all. It just, I don't know. I did read the second book though, but I just wasn't feeling it. The second book that I read was Coraline by Neil Gaiman. I gave this book 5 stars. This book was so awesome. I saw the movie first, and the book is similar to the movie, but not. It's hard to explain. It's like similar, but at the same time it's not. Like it has similar concept, different characters in a lot of it. But I really enjoyed it. I really like Neil Gaiman's writing. The first book I read by him was The Graveyard Book. I really enjoyed that too. I think he's a great children's writer. He's so creative. I am planning on reading some of his more adult work, so hopefully I'll get to that soon. The next book I read was Hold Me Closer, Necromancer by Lish Mcbride, and it's the first book in the Necromancer series, and I've never heard the series talked about before. I just went to my local library in search of Halloween-y books to read, and the spine had blood dripping down the side. So I was like, I'm gonna read that one, and it was really, really good. I gave it 4 stars. It's not the best book I ever read, but it was still really good, and I don't know why people don't talk about it, because I think it's a really good young adult book, and I definitely recommend it. The next thing that I read was a manga, and I'm totally going to butcher this, so I'm just going to hold it up to the camera. It's that one, because I don't feel like being yelled at by people when I say the name wrong, but I gave this 3 stars because I originally watched the anime for the Magica series, and this is a spin-off of the manga that's based on the anime series. So I really enjoyed it, but it was not as good as the anime series kind of made it seem. Like, I don't know, they did an okay job with it. The next book I'm not even going to show, like I'll insert a picture of it, it's just a coffee table book I read. It had a lot of writing in it, surprisingly. It's like a Hello Kitty coffee table book that I got, but I read that one. The next book that I read is We've Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. I really enjoyed this book. I found it hard to get into at first, but after a while I really did get into it. I found it to be a very creative story with an ending I did not expect, so that was nice. I gave it 3 stars just because at first I had a little bit of trouble getting into it, but I really did enjoy it in the end. The only part about the book that I had a hard time with is figuring out the people's ages. Eventually it says, like, some of the ages of the characters, but one of them, like one of the important ones, it never actually says her age, so I don't know. And it kind of bothered me because I couldn't figure it out. The next book that I read was Elemental, which is the second book in the Soul Guardian series by Kim Richardson. And that one was good, but I don't know if I'm going to proceed on with this series. It's $2.99 a book, and it's just kind of like, is it worth it? I don't know. I don't know. It's not the best series I've read, so I don't know if I want to kind of like waste my time reading something I'm not really fully enjoying. So, I'm unsure. The next book I read, which may have been my favorite book that I read this month, was The Final Descent, which is the 4th book in the Monstrumologist series by Yancey, and oh my god, I loved it. It was amazing. I can't get over how amazing it was. I loved it so much, and it definitely was a good ending to the series. But I don't know, I don't want to explain it because I want you to read it to know what I'm talking about, but it's written very differently than the other books, and I really enjoyed that. So if you didn't really like how the other books were written, read this one anyways, because he changed up the writing style, and I really enjoyed it. The next book that I read was Necromancing the Stone, which is the second book in the Necromancer series by Lish Mcbride, and this one was even better than the first one, and I really enjoyed the first one. I give this one 4 stars because it was just, I don't know, I just really enjoyed the series, and I'm still kind of confused on why no one talks about it, so I might film a separate review video on it, so I'm not going to say too much. but I think you should read it if you have not. The last book that I read in October was another manga, and that's Love, Hina. And I really like this manga. It's really cute. It's really funny. It's just, I don't know, it's a comedy. It's like a, it's hard to explain because, like, if you read the thing, it kind of looks like a harem style manga, which I don't like. I think it's weird when they do that. But it, like, passes itself off as that, but it's not what it actually is. It's just really funny. And I think you should all read it. And now we move on to November in books I am planning to read. I've already read 2 books this month. One of them was a manga, so I don't really know if it counts as a book, but I'm going to show it anyways. And I'm in the midst of reading another, so I will go through those first. The first one I read this month was another manga. It's in the Magica series, and this is the one that was based off the anime, and I really, really, really enjoyed it. It was really good. It followed the anime series really well, so I like when things do that, when they actually follow the series. The next book that I actually already read is Unremembered, and this is by Jessica Brody. I really, really liked this book. It was awesome. Gave it 5 stars. It ended in a cliffhanger, which made me really sad because the next book doesn't come out till February, but that's not that far away, so I'm happy about that. But I definitely recommend you read this book. It's just amazing. It took me, like, if I had the time, things weren't going on, could have finished this book in a day. Literally, it was that good. The book I am currently reading now is Alex Van Helsing, Vampire Rising, and this is by Jason Henderson. And I just walked by this book in the library and it looked like a cool cover, so I picked it up, because apparently that's how I choose books nowadays. But so far it's pretty good. The writing style is a little kind of fast-paced for me. The story is a little fast-paced, but I mean, it's pretty good so far. I'll have to finish it and then tell you in my wrap-up how it went. And the manga that I'm currently reading right now is the 2nd volume of Love, Hina, and it's just as funny as the first, and I'm not that far into it, but it's already really funny. And the next book that I plan on reading is The Haunting of I don't know how to pronounce this, so here we go. Elizabeth Cray? The Haunting of Elizabeth Cray? I'm gonna go with that's how it's pronounced. And it's by Chris Wooding, and it's just a story, I'm guessing, of a girl that's haunted, or a boy that's haunted. Elizabeth, so. It's about a girl that's possessed, so it should be interesting, and I wish I saw it last month. The next book, which I found out from the Readables, which I love her channel, is Ready Player One, and I really, really have been looking forward to reading this. It's by Ernest Cline, and I've been looking for it everywhere in my library, and they finally got one in, so I'm going to read that this month. And if you want to find out more about it, I will link her review to it in the down bar because I think she did a really good review on it. And the last book that I plan on reading this month is The Sea of Monsters, which is the 2nd book in the Percy Jackson series. And these books are by Rick Riordan, and I really like them, and I know they're middle grade books, but they're really good, and I really enjoy them, so I read them anyways. And I think we should all read books that we enjoy, even if they're not in our age range. So if you want to read it, and you're like me, and you're in your 20s, read it anyways. I don't know, it's what I do. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will see you with a review soon, I think. Maybe on the Necromancer series. I haven't decided yet, but I think I might do a review on it. So if you want that review, you can like this video. But I hope you all have a good day, and I will see you again soon. Bye.